The transport shuttle descended through the clouds of Refuge Station, carrying Marcus Webb and his newly adopted daughter toward their home on the colony world of Haven's Edge. The girl sat beside him, her amber eyes wide and unblinking as she pressed her face against the viewport. Her fur, a soft gray marked with darker stripes, rippled with nervous energy. "We're almost there, Luna," Marcus said gently. The feline child's ears twitched at her name. She had been silent for most of the journey, which wasn't surprising given everything she had endured. The war between the Galactic Coalition and the Ravager Horde had left countless orphans scattered across refugee stations. Luna's entire family had perished when her homeworld fell. Marcus had been delivering medical supplies to the station when he first saw her. While other species clustered in family groups, the young Feline sat alone in a corner, grooming her tail with mechanical precision. Something about her isolation had pierced straight through his heart. The adoption process had taken 3 months of paperwork, interviews, and cultural sensitivity training. The Galactic Council wanted to ensure that cross-species adoptions served the child's best interests. Marcus had passed every evaluation, driven by a certainty he couldn't quite explain. The shuttle touched down on the landing pad behind his farmhouse. Luna's claws extended slightly, gripping the edge of her seat. "It's okay," Marcus assured her. "This is home now." She followed him down the ramp with careful steps, her tail held low. The farmhouse was modest by human standards, but spacious enough. Fields of golden wheat stretched toward distant hills, and the air smelled of earth and growing things. Inside, Marcus had prepared a room for her. He'd spent weeks researching Feline preferences, elevated sleeping platforms, scratching posts, woven from natural fibers, and soft lighting that wouldn't hurt her sensitive eyes. Luna explored the space with tentative curiosity, touching each object as if confirming its reality. "Do you like it?" Marcus asked. Luna's response came in her native tongue, a series of soft chirps and purrs that Marcus's translator implant converted to meaning. "It is more than I expected." That first week established their routine. Marcus worked the farm, while Luna explored the property with increasing confidence. She was fascinatingly intelligent, learning to operate human technology with minimal instruction. Her natural hunting instincts made her an excellent pest controller, and she took obvious pride in presenting Marcus with captured vermin. The breakthrough came on the 8th day. Marcus found Luna in the kitchen, attempting to prepare a meal from her homeworld. The ingredients were all wrong, and frustration had driven her to tears. "Hey, it's okay," Marcus said, kneeling beside her. "We'll figure this out together." He spent the next hour helping her adapt the recipe using local ingredients. The result wasn't perfect, but when Luna tasted it, her ears perked up and she made a sound that could only be described as joy. "Thank you," she said in carefully practiced human speech. "Thank you, Father." Marcus felt his chest tighten. "You're welcome, sweetheart." Months passed. Luna thrived, growing stronger and more confident. She enrolled in the colony school, where she excelled in mathematics and xenobiology. Other children were initially wary of her alien features, but Luna's gentle nature won them over. She made friends, both human and otherwise. Marcus watched her blossom with fierce pride. This strange, beautiful child had become the center of his world. The complications began on a Tuesday morning. Marcus was repairing a fence when a coalition military cruiser appeared in the sky. Such vessels rarely visited Haven's Edge unless delivering supplies or recruiting personnel. This one landed directly on his property. A human officer and a Feline female in formal robes emerged. The Feline's markings identified her as high caste, and her bearing radiated authority. "Marcus Webb?" the officer asked. "That's me. What's this about?" The Feline woman stepped forward. "My name is Vara. I am Luna's maternal aunt. I have come to reclaim my niece." Marcus felt the ground shift beneath his feet. Luna was cleared for adoption. The council approved everything. Under wartime emergency provisions, Vara replied. Those provisions have been reviewed. Feline law states that family members have priority in claiming orphan children. I was located 6 weeks ago during a refugee census. I am invoking my right. You can't just take her, Marcus said, struggling to keep his voice level. She's happy here. She's home. She belongs with her own kind, Vara insisted. Among those who understand her culture, her heritage, the argument escalated. The officer tried to mediate, but the law was clear. Unless Marcus could prove that, removal would cause severe psychological harm. Vara's claim took precedence. Luna had been at school. When she returned home and saw the cruiser, she went very still. Marcus tried to explain gently, but she understood immediately. I must leave? Luna asked. Vara approached, speaking in rapid Feline. Luna's ears flattened against her skull. She responded in the same language, her tone rising sharply. She says she wishes to stay, Vara translated reluctantly. But she is a child. She does not understand what is best. I understand perfectly, Luna said, switching to human speech. Father gave me a home when I had nothing. He learned my language, my customs. He holds me when the nightmares come. What do you know of me, Aunt? What right have you to decide my fate? Vara's expression softened slightly. I am your blood. That matters. Blood did not sit alone with me in the refugee center, Luna replied. Blood did not teach me to smile again. The standoff lasted 3 days. Lawyers got involved, as did child welfare advocates. Marcus provided evidence of Luna's integration and well-being. Teachers testified to her progress. Friends spoke of her happiness. The turning point came when a Feline cultural expert arrived to assess the situation. She interviewed Luna extensively, then Vara, then Marcus. Her report was damning in its neutrality. The child has bonded with her adoptive father, the expert concluded. Separation would indeed cause psychological trauma. However, Vara's concerns about cultural disconnection are also valid. Luna is Feline. She needs connection to her heritage. The compromise emerged slowly. Vara would remain on Haven's Edge, granted a residence near Marcus's farm. She would become part of Luna's life, teaching her about Feline traditions, history, and customs. But Luna would stay with Marcus as her primary guardian. It wasn't perfect. Vara struggled to accept that a human could adequately raise a Feline child. Marcus wrestled with insecurity about whether he was truly enough. But they tried for Luna's sake. Vara moved into a small house 3 kilometers away. She visited twice weekly, bringing traditional foods, teaching Luna traditional songs, and sharing stories of their family. Luna absorbed it all hungrily, filling gaps she hadn't known existed. Slowly, something unexpected happened. Vara began to respect Marcus. She saw how Luna flourished under his care, how their bond transcended species. Marcus, in turn, grew grateful for Vara's presence. Luna needed both of them, each offering something unique. 3 months after Vara's arrival, the final surprise came. A coalition vessel delivered a message. 2 more Feline orphans had been located, distant cousins of Luna. They needed placement, and given the successful arrangement on Haven's Edge, would Marcus and Vara consider a joint guardianship? Marcus looked at his home, calculating space and resources. It would be tight, but manageable. What do you think? He asked Luna. Her tail swished thoughtfully. They need family. We are family. We should help. Vara nodded agreement. It would honor our bloodline to keep these children safe. The 2 orphans arrived a week later. Twin boys named Rax and Finn, barely 6 years old. They were frightened, traumatized by the war, and clung to each other constantly. Luna took them under her wing immediately, speaking to them in Feline, grooming their fur, and assuring them of their safety. Marcus prepared rooms, bought supplies, and learned 2 more sets of dietary requirements. Vara split her time between both households, helping manage the expanded family. The arrangement was unconventional, even by galactic standards, but it worked. The farm became livelier. The twins explored everything with kitten-like curiosity. Luna blossomed into a protective older sister. Vara and Marcus developed an effective co-parenting partnership, their initial hostility transforming into mutual respect. On a warm evening 6 months later, Marcus stood on his porch watching the 3 Feline children play in the fields. Their laughter, a mixture of chirps and purrs, filled the air. Vara stood beside him, her expression contemplative. "I was wrong about you," she said quietly. "You are a good father." "I'm just doing my best," Marcus replied. "That is all any parent can do," Vara said. "They are fortunate to have you. We all are," Marcus smiled. His life had become something he never imagined, complex, challenging, and filled with love that crossed the boundaries of species and culture. He was father to 3 Feline children, partner to an unlikely ally, and builder of a family that shouldn't exist by conventional standards. But it did exist. It thrived. Luna ran toward them, her gray fur gleaming in the fading light. "Father, Aunt Vara, come see what Rax and Finn found." Marcus and Vara followed her into the fields, where the twins had discovered a nest of luminescent beetles. The insects rose into the twilight like living stars, and the children watched with wonder. This was family, Marcus realized. Not defined by blow,